Acho, you think the Cowboys would pull off the upset against the Eagles?
First off, if the Cowboys and Ezekiel are right where they need to be, I don't want to be nowhere near them.
Whoa.
Because where they've been is not right where they need to be.
Relatively speaking.
Now, let me say it. No, Marcellus,
Nope.
you can't pull off the upset. I don't know how this is a conversation. I'm going to assume that your intellectual capacity has grown and you're not going to argue with me after I get done. But that may not be a safe assumption, big bro. The Eagles fan in me says no. They can't pull off the upset. The Fox Sports analyst says, hell no.
Oh,
There
okay.
is no way they
Okay.
will pull off the upset.
Okay.
You have to show me how. Cowboys are going to start Ben DiNucci at quarterback. 7th-round pick out of James Madison. Cowboys haven't won a game on the road all season. Cowboys have been outgained by 350 yards the last 2 weeks. Marcellus, let me give you some more data. It doesn't even have to be number crunching. You don't have to go to Columbia to know this.
I can tell.
Zeke is more likely to fumble the ball than he is to score a touchdown this season.
A little bit.
You tell me how, in God's name, the Cowboys have a chance of beating the Eagles. I don't even care about any given Sunday, so you're saying there's a chance. I like the Cowboys. Like I told you, I have an affinity for this team, the Dallas Cowboys. I still call them America's team because America still moves with the Cowboys. The emotions of America, they move around the Dallas Cowboys. But right now, there is no plausible nor possible way in my mind that these Dallas Cowboys can beat the Eagles based on what we've seen the last 3 weeks.
Oh, I disagree with you. I think the Cowboys can pull off the upset against the Eagles. Let's talk about it. How? One, this is a division where we're going to see two teams matched up against each other with the same amount of wins, and neither one of them have won consecutive games. Oh, you guys coming off a win? And the definition of your record is inconsistency at the quarterback position and by record. So for you to start to say, the Eagles look like they're on track. Eagles look like they're on pace. And then I've heard you before, and I'm going to cut your argument before you even make it again. Oh, the last 4 weeks, if you want to really look at the Eagles, they had the win over the 49ers, mash unit. Then they had 2 losses, but it was what? The Steelers and the Ravens. And then look at them. They get a big win last week. Oh, my God. If you really want to look at it, close your eyes and squint. In that 4-game sample, they could be close to 4-0. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear about the inconsistency of this team, especially at its leadership position, the quarterback. How can the Cowboys win? Forget about the Eagles losing. How can they win?
I don't know. They can't.
You can feed Zeke. Let me tell you why you can feed Zeke. Because sometimes when you look at someone or you just look at the other team, those colors right there, something triggers in you and it says, oh, we got their number. Ezekiel Elliott is 5-1 against the Philadelphia Eagles. Ezekiel Elliott, in those 5 wins, 19-plus carries. In the 1 loss, only 13 carries. Feed Zeke. Feed Zeke works against the Eagles. If you look at this relationship between what the Cowboys have now at quarterback and what they need out of their running game, it has tilted fully in Zeke's corner. They have to feed Zeke. Even if he fumbles, they have to give him the ball. If he fumbles again, they have to give him the ball because that's their only way to determine success. If they ride Zeke like they have in the past, they will have the same kind of success they've had in the past, which is another win.
So that jacket you're wearing, that color of it, it kind of reminds me of Pepto-Bismol.
Oh,
and I say that because your take makes me sick.
Makes you sick.
But also, you can
coming.
feed Zeke. But Marcellus, like when you need to take some Pepto-Bismol because you got something wrong with your stomach and you're eating, it just runs through you, you can feed Zeke. But that ball, Marcellus, it just continues to run right through his arms into the ground. So like that jacket and your take.
And I'm clean.
Let's talk about it. You can't feed Zeke, Marcellus, because it doesn't work. I was like you. I used to be like you. Just feed Zeke. That is the way to the promised land. Just feed Zeke. That will end all of your errors, Cowboys fans. Just feed Zeke. Then I realized the more you feed him, the less he does with it. How you got 5 fumbles and 4 of them you lost on the season, Marcellus? How? It doesn't make any sense. Zeke hasn't really done anything for me. And when I look at it, Zeke is a reflection of the Dallas Cowboys.
Let's go.
See, because the Dallas Cowboys, they're going in the wrong direction. Can I bring up my opponent's head in the opposite directions? Full screen, please. Last 2 weeks, bro. Eagles, 50 points. Cowboys, 13. Eagles, 7 touchdowns. Cowboys, 1. Let's just look at the net difference in yards because you tell me that
net difference in yards.
Okay, let's just look at net yards.
Can you not make up categories?
Let's look at net yards. Cowboys have had 486 yards. Eagles have had 806.
I thought yards don't matter.
We're going in completely different directions.
Who cares?
You can't tell me about who the Cowboys were week 1.
Okay.
They don't have Dak Prescott.
Okay.
I'm not going to sit here and talk about, well, Marcellus, back when you were 24, you're probably a little more athletic, could probably run a little faster, jump a little higher. You're not the same person now as you were then. Okay. Cowboys aren't the same team now as they are then. If the Cowboys then, maybe they had a chance. Cowboys right now, no chance, sir.
Yeah, I like my full screens better. That's why I'm the full screen king, because I use real categories. I don't get into net differential, average yard percentages.
I thought you were smart.
I am, but the viewers, hey, how y'all doing? So here's the thing. You over here trying to go deep into the weeds because you know if you stay on the right path, it's going to be obvious that the Eagles are in trouble. First of all, we're both former players. You started your career on a 5-11 team. Yeah, y'all were sorry. I know. I watched it. I ain't see much of you, but I saw y'all losing a lot of games. And guess what? I swear, me being on a 5-11 team, as I was as well, we walked into every game thinking we really had a chance. Now, did we realistically have a chance? Sometimes that was answered very early in that game. But for you, pre-game, to sit there and say, it's an L, I don't know that competitor, and that's not who you are, Acho. But you're up here now being an analyst. Okay, it's cool up in here. Air conditioning, no uniform to wear. So guess what? You're going to have a different take, a different perspective of the game. Well, let me give you some perspective, young man.
Talk to me.
Since you want to talk about, yesteryear what the Cowboys were, what are they now? Are they the third-ranked offense still? Yeah, they were first-ranked with Dak, and now they're third-ranked. What do you guys rank with the same quarterback? 2A? Is that 28th? Golly, y'all got the same quarterback and y'all 28th ranked trying to say, now we gonna do something. Look, you're going against a porous defense, but you're also going out there talent for talent, and who was the most talented player on this field? Despite his fumbling issues, it's still Ezekiel Elliott. That's where my confidence lies, in the most talented player who has to take the pressure off of a rookie quarterback who now may be over his head, but I'm going to read you a scouting report. Some saying he's right where he needs to be.
I get it now, Marcellus Wiley. You are assuming that our viewer is an idiot.
No, I didn't say that.
No, you are. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you how you're making that assumption.
You really want to?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me tell you how.
You said I'm smart.
This is what you were doing, Marcellus.
You too?
Yes, and myself.
Yes, now we're talking.
What you are saying is very simple. Eagles have 2 wins. Cowboys have 2 wins. If I were just descending upon earth yesterday and looking at the schedule, I would say, okay, a 2-5 team has the same opportunity to beat a 2-4-1 team. Yes, if I just descended upon here and never saw a game of football.
Okay.
But I'm going to assume that the viewer's intellectual capacity is like mine, and we are not just some idiots walking around with no eyes who have never seen a game of football before. Anybody, Marcellus, who has seen the game of football can understand these 2 teams are not alike. These 2 teams are very different.
You're right.
Carson Wentz, the last 2 weeks, he has 6 touchdowns total and 1 interception.
Yeah.
What do the Cowboys quarterbacks have for you? A 3-point game and a 10-point offensive performance. The 2 teams aren't even alike right now.
Right.
So it's done.
So, no,
I'm right.
You made all my points for me. First of all, I wasn't talking about the idiotic viewers. I was talking about you trying to go into the weeds, making you look like the idiot, since you want to say that, because you can't stay in the standard pathway. You can't stay where this makes conventional.
Standard pathway?
Standard pathway is this. How many wins do both teams have?
2.
Okay. Now, you want to get...
That's not the same.
Yes, it is. You want to go deeper. You want to start to say, but their wins look different and their losses look different. What does that matter ultimately in this situation? Did y'all beat Washington? Did the Cowboys beat Washington? Did we beat the Giants? Did you guys go down to the last second to beat the Giants? So why are we going to go into that part of the conversation? I'm going to stay right here. Look at this. I'm going to stay right here. They have a quarterback that we don't know anything about, and that may be to his advantage. They have a quarterback that people are saying there's plenty to like about him. Quick decisions, accuracy is top-notch. He can move around, and he's elusive against rushers or even free blitzers. Now, the beautiful thing about the Cowboys is we know what Dak Prescott was doing for this offense, and he's gone, though. We know what Andy Dalton was doing, and not much, but he's gone. Now you have no scouting report on Ben DiNucci, but All of your projections are based on what you assume he's going to do. I don't need to assume. I know who Carson Wentz is. He's a franchise quarterback who just a couple weeks ago was playing the worst football at the position.
A couple of weeks ago.
And now he has one win to show from all of his greatness. And guess what? That's not enough. You're still in a tie virtually in the win column with the team that you're saying, no doubt, you're going to end up beating. How do you make it make sense?
Because just because the number is the same does not mean the value is. What the heck do I mean?
Y'all more valuable now?
No, let me tell you what I mean.
What are you talking about?
Nigeria, the currency there they use is the naira. The currency we use here in America is the dollar. $200, 200 naira.
I like that.
200 naira is 0.52 cents. It's not even worth $1. 200, 200. $200, 200 naira. Cowboys got 2 wins. The Eagles got 2 wins. But just because the number is the same does not mean the value is the same. Marcellus,
what's your currency exchange
the Cowboys' 2 wins is not equivalent to the Eagles' 2 wins. Furthermore, the Cowboys have more losses.
Furthermore,
if nothing else.
If the Cowboys win this game, that's all going to change. But let's just use it right now.
Sure, that will change.
Yes.
Absolutely.
What's the currency exchange? I love you when you go analogous, except they're not analogous. What's the currency exchange when it comes playoff time? Do they want to say, oh, well, you have 9 wins, but those don't look as good as their 8 wins, which look better? They don't get into that. They go strictly by how many wins you have. That's the first differentiator, right? The Cowboys are in position to be in first place. Did you not hear Ezekiel Elliott talk? So you could take me all around the world, all these different countries. Take me to your homeland. But when you come to the NFL and they have to say it's playoff time, they only looking at wins and losses, brother.
You talking about playoff time, that is 10 weeks from now. We are talking about wins and losses, which will dictate who will win this matchup.
Yes.
I'm telling you, if you want to use wins and losses to argue who's going to win this matchup, that's what I am doing. I'm not talking about the playoffs. Playoffs, you just got to get a ticket to get into the dance.
Well, then stop talking about currency then.
Well, no, because the currency we're talking about is you talking about currency to deduce who's going to win the game on Sunday. You're telling me the Cowboys have a chance because they have 2 wins. And I'm saying those 2 wins is not a valid argument to saying that they have a chance.
I went beyond the 2 wins. I also talked about their offense is more prolific. Yes. You know why? Who has a better wide receiver group?
Cowboys.
Who has a better running back group?
Cowboys.
Okay.
Cowboys.
And who has a better quarterback? By play this year.
Eagles.
I don't know. I don't know. Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz
right now. Marcellus.
I don't know who Ben DiNucci is, but I do know who Carson Wentz is.
Carson Wentz, the last 3 games, 75 passer rating, 84 passer rating, 91 passer rating.
You want to go to the first 3?
Better the last 3 games.
Do you want to go to the first 3?
Do you want to go back to 1990?
I want to go body of work. I just like body of work, brother. I don't like to do it to make your argument sound better. I like body of work.
Body of work is irrelevant. Marcellus, you said when you were 12 years old, you were a state champion in track.
Time out, dog.
When you were 12 years old, you were a state champion. I don't care what you did when you were 12.
I love you. You're not analogous. Why do you go back to 12 years old for me, but not week 1 for Carson Wentz, not week 2 for Carson Wentz, not week 3 for Carson Wentz?
NFL weeks are it's like dog years, bro.
Yes.
1 week in the NFL is not equivalent to 1 week of real life.
My point.
So 6 weeks ago, Carson Wentz is not last week Carson Wentz.
And last week, Carson Wentz doesn't tell you what next week Carson Wentz is because they've been inconsistent.
Fair, but last week...
No, don't give me no fair.
It is fair.
You're yelling at me all the time, but when I'm right, you're fair.
I said fair.
You need to say right. Hell, you talking about?
It's not right. It is fair.
They won 2 games in a row.
What I'm saying...
So why you acting like Carson Wentz going to be the same 2 games in a row?
Last week is a better indicator of next week than 6 weeks ago.
That is correct. What's his name? DiNucci's? What's DiNucci's indicator then? Go.
There is none.
Thank you. I am going with the unknown and Ezekiel Elliott over what I know of Carson Wentz.
DiNucci's indicators that he was 3rd string. DiNucci's indicators that he was a backup to Andy Dalton. We saw how good Andy Dalton was. So if Andy Dalton is starting over DiNucci and Andy Dalton is not good, let's talk intelligence. I think y'all are intelligent. I know he's intelligent. Let's talk about the transitive property.
Okay.
If A is greater than B and B is greater than C, then A is greater than C.
That's
the transitive property.
Yeah, but not in sports.
If Andy Dalton is greater than Ben DiNucci and Andy Dalton was terrible, then that means terrible is greater than Ben DiNucci. That is the transitive property. Terrible is greater than Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton is greater than DiNucci. Terrible is therefore greater than Ben DiNucci. We can talk intellectually if you want to. That still undermines your point.
That doesn't undermine my point because you know damn well in sports, the depth chart is not indicative just on talent. It's not just, we're going to put them, first of all, Dak Prescott going to start. Andy Dalton, you're a veteran. You're going to be 2nd place. I don't know what DiNucci is, and I'm not going out there representing them. I'm just saying you, as a former competitor, is now saying there's no chance that the Cowboys can win this game and upset them?
If I was a player, obviously I'd be in there, rah, rah, we can beat anybody. We can beat anybody. Heck yeah, let's go out there and do it. but as an analyst, as somebody who is not too far in the forest to see the trees, as somebody who's taken a step away from the forest, I don't even like trees. I'm allergic to grass. As somebody who's taken a step away from the forest, Marcellus, I look at it simply. Ben DiNucci, I can't trust him to win the game.
Yeah.
Ezekiel Elliott, we can't trust him to do anything. And the Cowboys' defense is historically the worst defense the NFL has ever seen, and we have seen hundreds of defenses, if not thousands,
it's
in
bad.
the NFL.
It's bad, bro.
You don't have a valid argument. You can sit up here and smack and talk them gums away, but you don't have a valid argument.
My valid argument is, look, the offensive line issues of the Cowboys are deep, and everyone knows 11 different offensive line combinations.
Correct.
You know what you guys are on? Your 14th offensive line combination. Some look at that and say, oh, well, that's an excuse why they haven't been good. But I also look at that and say, oh, that's a weakness to attack if you're the Dallas Cowboys up front. This is a game. If you're up front for the Dallas Cowboys, you can get off on the Philadelphia Eagles because of their issues up front. We went through all the excuses for Carson Wentz. First, it was his accuracy. Then it was his decision-making. Then it was like, you know what? He doesn't have any weapons around him. Then it was the injuries up front. And then all of a sudden you started to see him stabilize, as you said, in the last 3 weeks. The only thing that hasn't stabilized is the win column. All of it has not manifested and translated into wins. So a division, and especially a team that has not been consistent, I don't know where you're getting all this confidence from, especially when the team you're talking about is inconsistent.